Wrestling fans, there's a podcast you want to add to your podcast playlist. Wrestling with the Willies, hosted by Josh and his brothers, and they discuss all things wrestling, like WWE Extreme Rules, WWE SummerSlam, and more. You'll get the results and their reactions on all the matches you want to know more about, as well as in-depth analysis, opinions, and fallout from the events on Raw and SmackDown. Wrestling with the Willies talk about all the wrestlers you know and follow, their matches, moves, losses, and their achievements. Add Wrestling with the Willies to your podcast playlist right now. Available on Spotify, Apple Podcast, iHeartRadio, Amazon Podcast, Google Podcast, and your favorite podcast platform.
Hello, my true crime enthusiasts. Here we are again with another episode from Morbid Instinct, and we're still moving along with the second episode of Homicide, New York, and it is the one that's titled Central Park Slaying. It's kind of a disturbing one. And then here we have the usual suspects. Usual suspects, Jeremy, Elaine, Colette, and Josh, to talk about it. So this one is a story of Michael McMorrow, who was found, his body was found in a pond or lake or whatever in the middle of Central Park one morning. And yeah, so we're going to talk about what happened with him. I will mention that his murder was kind of brutal. He was stabbed. I think his... Kind of. Well, sorry, I don't mean to... Yeah, I mean, okay. It was a brutal crime. Good point. It was a brutal crime. He was stabbed, I think, 40 times or something. I think his throat was slashed. He was gutted.
Disemboweled. I mean, holy hell. Yeah. I mean, this was one of the worst. And to come to find it, well, I'll let you finish the...
yes. And to come to find out the age of the suspects is, I think, really disturbing, too. It's like, oof. Yeah. So, anyway, does anybody want to start, or do you want me to start? Or?
Yeah, it was in the Central Park, next to the strawberry fields too. So that
I think it was 1990s. It was in the 90s.
The location of where it was. Yeah, that they found his body.
And it was in 1997 too.
Wasn't that in a song?
Yeah,
Strawberry Fields,
a Beatles song.
Yeah. Oh, your mom mentioned it. Hello.
That's joking. Why I had to bring that up.
I'm she brought it up.
Yeah, I was kind of joking. I knew that. I just wanted to. Yeah, a little bit. Yeah.
Wow.
It's kind of interesting that so the detectives got a call from a father because his daughter had missed curfew. And when they came over, they found her and her boyfriend in a bathtub or something, in a janitor's closet or something in an apartment building. And they were from a pretty affluent family in an affluent part of New York. And so they were dealing with that case, but I think they had blood on them and stuff. So they were kind of curious what was going on. And then in the meantime, there was another call because there was a body found that I just mentioned in a pond or lake in Central Park. And at the time, they didn't realize that they were actually connected together. Yeah. Now, I will mention the suspects, which the disturbing part, besides how his body was found, both of the suspects were 15 years old. So I thought that was wow, that's a lot of I don't know.
But they were in
to have that much hate.
They were in the Daphne's father's basement.
Oh, it was
washing
in the
the blood off each other.
Well, I know it was in the it was in the apartment somewhere.
Well, they were in the bathtub though. They were in
they were in a bathtub. I remember them saying.
But they were in the basement though.
Yeah, but in the apartment building.
They were at 1 a.m. and then they found the body at 3 to 6 a.m., 3 to 4 a.m., something like that. So, that's why they connected them probably.
And apparently, so he was apparently well known to Central Park. He went there often, Michael McMorrow. But I was reading a little bit about her, and I guess she was kind of a disturbed young lady. I mean, obviously. But where she would mention all the time that she was going to kill somebody or go stab somebody, or, she would say that all the time. So people, I guess, didn't believe her because she said it often, kind of like boy who cried wolf kind of thing. Yeah. But I guess that particular night they decided they were going to go kill somebody. And I guess she had known the victim. They had met in rehab or something like that. So, but yeah, right. That's already another red flag, right? Oh yeah, she came from affluent.
But she was also. But if you look further into her backstory, though, I guess her biological parents were both killed, not too long after she was born, and she was adopted by Angelo.
Yeah. So the two suspects we're talking about is Daphne Abdella and what's his name? Christopher Vasquez?
Christopher Vasquez was her boyfriend, yeah.
Yeah. So she basically convinced her boyfriend. Well, I guess she lied to him and said that this guy had approached her and propositioned her in the park. So convinced him to help her kill him for doing that.
And then she was the one that suggested getting him too.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, because she said, let's gut him because then he'll sink.
Yeah, her alcohol problem was
he
so
would sink
bad.
in the water.
Yeah.
Her alcohol problem was so bad she was part of AA at 15.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that's...
Wow.
I mean, it's...
Yeah, but just running around talking about you want to kill somebody? I mean, how much rage and hate do you have in you at 15? I mean, geez, Louise, like...
But she even never stopped drinking even after that.
What amazes me about this case is that the victim was over 6 foot tall. And both these,
he was a big guy.
People were, they were small. So it makes me wonder how they overtook him or how they did
They must have like ambushed him with stabbing him or something.
They were out there drinking. He was probably sloshed.
He was. He was drinking, yeah. So he wasn't totally coherent, I'm sure.
Because they met in rehab, right?
Oh.
I'm pretty sure that's where.
Did it say that?
Yeah, she briefly knew him. They first met in alcohol rehab.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, I think it was more she knew. Yeah. Yeah. That sounds about right.
Yeah, something like that, I think.
I don't think so.
No, I think they had the plan to kill him to begin with.
That he hung out in the park and drank. So I think she knew that he would most likely be there. So if she really wanted to kill somebody that night, she
just wanted a victim, and he was
he would be the victim because she figured he'd be there. Yeah. Yeah.
I think she even picked Chris. Because they went to the same private school. He was an altar boy. I think she even knew what she was doing there.
Well, she probably figured he was she could easily manipulate him to do whatever she needed him to do.
Exactly.
That he would just follow, probably. She could probably sense that about Chris, maybe. Everybody.
Don't worry about it. Just keep talking.
Okay. So I'm trying to think.
Oh, they're actually, it's trying to reconnect. See at the top? Ever since they made the updates, this thing has been having funky issues, so. No internet connection. What?
Really?
Daphne, you mean? Oh, yeah. Okay. It is. But I was looking at my notes, and you're right, Elaine. She did meet Michael at the park a lot too, and she met other men as well. So
hold on,
what
were you guys talking about? Because we had like an internet something happen, and it went off, and we just came back on.
Oh,
what were you guys talking about?
He was just talking about that Daphne made Chris her victim as well. How she chose him to be the one to help her and all that.
Oh, okay.
He was just talking about that.
Well, I think it said that she was the stabber, and then she made him slit the throat and disembowel. Well, they only... Right. Well, she pleaded to manslaughter. And then he was on trial for murder, but he only got convicted of manslaughter as well. So they both only got manslaughter. I know!
I saw what they were charged with, and I was like, are you shitting me? I get you're 15 years old, but really?
Yeah.
You stabbed him 40 times, you slit his throat, you disemboweled him, you threw him in a lake, and you went home.
Yeah. Yeah, that's one thing I put here is
manslaughter shouldn't even have been an option.
Brutal.
So
they continued to stab him over and over.
It was like 40 times or something.
Dead.
It was like
he was dead.
I mean,
I just.
This was all
she probably did to make sure that he was part of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, he stayed clean. Yeah, she's definitely the problem. Yeah. But yeah.
Oh yeah.
But unfortunately, they couldn't tie her, so she was able to plead to manslaughter. Then he only got convicted. So they both got up to 10 years. They both only served 6.
I know.
That's a shame. That's a tragedy in itself.
I was so shocked at that. I was so shocked. I don't care that they were 15 or not. That was an adult crime.
I'm like, 6 years for that? I mean, you're evil. I mean, who does that to somebody? Only evil. They only serve 6. Well, and I think one of the detectives was saying, too, that they weren't surprised that she had an issue when she got out. Yeah, but 10 years for doing what they did to that guy?
That's sometimes that shoddy justice system where they treat kids.
Well, no, I think part of hers was because they couldn't prove something or what, I don't know, something. Because it became like he said, she said, because she was like, he did it, and,
Did it even say what the motive was for the crime?
She just wanted to kill somebody.
She wanted to kill somebody.
She just wanted to kill somebody.
Yeah. That was all.
Evil.
Wow.
I mean, talk about unnecessary.
What I read about her was earlier in the day, she said she was going to kill someone that day.
Yeah, but they said she said that all the time.
And
so
nobody
didn't believe her
her
because she was always saying, I'm going to kill somebody. I'm going to go stab somebody. I'm going to, Again, who does that? Like, normal people don't walk around.
Michael just happened to be her victim.
And she happened to have a helper that night.
You know what?
That's what I think happened.
Isn't it scary, though, to think about that you're just an innocent person, and just because you happen to come across somebody that's freaking evil.
Yeah, but I don't know if I'm a grown ass man. I don't think I'd be drinking alcohol with a 15-year-old.
15-year-old, I know.
So
But
there.
I don't think that's what happened. I think he was alone in the park drinking. And I think she somehow knew that that's where, because they said he was in Central Park a lot drinking.
Yeah,
I think
he
she
went
knew
there
that.
a lot.
I don't think he went there in any intention to do anything
he went with her though.
When
what I'm saying is he may have
Yeah,
been
they
in the
were
park,
met in the park,
but she went to the park and said, "Come with me and Christopher,
they
and
were
let's go
saying
drink."
she would meet him, and there were other men too she would meet at the park. So it may not have been the first time they met. I don't know.
Yeah, so I mean,
well, that's what they said. They were, the defense attorney was trying
and
to
I'm not
make
blaming
out
him,
that Michael was a pervert. But you know, you can't blame the victim. Yeah,
right.
You can't blame the victim.
They shouldn't have killed him.
Yeah, there's no reason for somebody to kill somebody.
It reminds me a lot of that case of the guy I knew, and I think I've mentioned it on the podcast here before. It was almost the same type of thing. Cordell that I worked with, he was the manager at the Subway I worked at, and the three teenagers killed him.
By the way, if you guys ever want to learn about that story that Jeremy's talking about, actually on Killer Kids, that show.
Oh, Killer Kids!
They did an episode on that murder.
Write that down.
Yeah, but I actually knew that guy. So
yeah,
he was a manager of mine. I worked at Subway back then.
The Kids has it.
But it was the same kind of thing that the girl said that he was like with them. So he did the same type of thing, like he was drinking alcohol with minors, and they killed him.
Even that story,
that's gruesome. Like this one, that's why I said it's almost.
It's because even him, they like slashed his throat, tied him to a tree, set him on fire. Like, this is such gruesome stuff that such young people.
But the sentencing in that was more in line with what it should have been.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And that's why I was comparing it, because it was almost the same exact type thing.
Yeah.
They literally burned him alive up on a tree in Mary Esther. But that was after they slit his throat, I think. They did all types of stuff to him first.
Wow.
I think they beat him first too, or something. When he was tied to the tree.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I mean, it's.
I remember his last name. It's like Cordell
Smith, I think.
Anyway, it's on that show if you want to. Little thing.
But
because I was watching it one day, and I told Jeremy, I said, "Hey, isn't this the story of that guy that was your manager at the time?" And he was like, "Yeah, that's him."
Wow.
So it's like crazy. I know.
Well, I've been involved. I've known a lot of people that have. Well, not a lot, a few. No, I was friends with a teenager that got killed in Palmdale years ago when I was like 14.
Oh, out
they
in the
found,
desert.
it was him in the desert.
What bothers me about it, even at the age of 15, is for someone to continually stab somebody like that. That is personal.
Well, 40 times? That's like way overkill.
And to keep doing it over and over and over again, I don't know how a person does it. I really don't.
Because I think
they have to have.
That coroner lady was saying, like, he probably, after like 5 stab wounds, would have been dead. Like,
I know.
He didn't need to do all the other stuff. Well, yeah, because that's what they say. If you stab somebody in the right place, 1 stab will kill them. I mean, but it's like rage. It's like that rage, you're just, I guess. But those are like those people that have no disregard for life.
Well, it's like
lives.
But Josh, with Chris, you're saying Chris you don't think Chris did as much as she did.
I think he did the throat and the disembowelment, I think.
So it's not only on her.
She can implicate him in part of it. Yeah.
She wanted. This is what I was.
But she did.
But that's what I was saying.
Sure.
That's what I was saying earlier, though. That's why she hadn't done anything sooner. This would have happened earlier if she had somebody that was with her.
Yeah.
Because her plan all along was to pin it on the other person.
Oh, yeah.
So
he did it because he loved me or whatever, yeah. Yeah, she pleaded. He didn't plead. So,
Well, I don't know if it was I don't know if it was circumstantial or I
want to think
it was more that
I think it's because didn't they find like Chris's blood or something there and not hers?
No, I think it was more that they felt that they couldn't convict 2 kids of first-degree murder. Like I was talking about before.
Which, I mean, it happened in like 1997, so I can see
with
that.
this age thing. And I look at things more logically, like, what did you do to the person? I don't really give a shit how old you are.
I agree with what you're saying, because being in the 90s, I can see that, because even other stuff that I've seen cases where they're even earlier times than that, that's the problem that they find like they run into, because people cannot believe that a 15-year-old would have done that. Like, there's no way a 15-year-old.
And they don't want them to spend the rest of their life in prison either.
I don't think of it that way. You maybe you should have thought about that before you decided to do what you did.
Even if they would have been convicted of murder, they probably would have automatically I guess that's what's a death sentence, right? Where they put them back.
They're not that stupid. This is what I say. We treat kids like they're stupid, especially that age. There are people that treat kids like that, like they're stupid. They're not. They're incredibly smart. They know exactly what they're doing.
She was not stupid, I can tell you that.
They know exactly what they're doing.
Chris was pretty gullible, I think.
Oh, yeah.
And we have a 16-year-old. He would never do anything like this, but I can tell you, he knows exactly what he's doing. You know, so if he's going to do something, he knows exactly how he's going to do it or how he's going to get there.
Yeah.
I mean, so.
Well, he wouldn't be like, oh, he doesn't know what. He didn't know right from wrong. No, yeah, he does. He knows you don't murder people.
Well,
I mean.
At the age of 15, yeah.
I was going to say, even our almost 12-year-old knows you don't murder people, you don't hurt people, you don't.
Part of that is also parenting. I think in a lot of those situations, parents aren't involved.
Well, I mean, you kind of wonder, were her parents the kind of like disengaged parents that were like, just let her do whatever she want, gave her whatever she want. She didn't have rules.
Well, that's what it was. They reminded me they were preppy. They got whatever they wanted. They went to private school. She was in rehab twice.
Yeah. Well, but wasn't Chris from a different? Chris wasn't from an affluent, right? Wasn't he from a different kind of family?
I have it written.
No, they went to the same.
Both of them went.
Oh, I guess they did go to the same prep school, though.
Both went to private school. Both pled not guilty. Yeah, they both went to private school.
But it's like but still, it's like, I mean, I understand that too, but I'm like, but that's on you, dude. I mean, you also know that that's wrong what you did. So whether you love somebody or not, you don't just kill somebody. I mean, you don't go along with it. Yeah. He could have ran off and went and called the police or something, or gotten help or something.
Exactly.
He didn't even have to, like, if she's not stabbing a guy, he could have ran and left.
Yeah, he could have.
Like, why didn't you do anything?
Oh, I'm not going to do this. That happens all the time.
Yeah,
people
do that. So
exactly.
You have to own your stuff. I mean, you did it. You did. I mean,
no matter what the age.
No, yeah. I think so. Yeah, it's recent. Well, and they've been they not only went, not even when they filmed it, but I mean, they got out of prison in 2004.
Yeah.
So they've been out like 20 years. So, yeah.
Well, he'll never move past it though, because he killed somebody.
Like I could see him having remorse. I don't think she has remorse at all. I think she could care less.
No, she doesn't. But I don't think they pointed this out in the show, but I was reading again. But after her release, she returned to the scene of the crime and left a note. And it said, "Rest easy. I tried to save you. I'm sorry I failed you. I'm sorry for the pain I caused you and your family." So even afterwards, she was acting like it wasn't her.
What is it? Psycho? What is the
schizo or what?
But
I don't know.
There, that's the word I was. I was like, what is the word I'm trying to think of? Sociopath.
But yeah, like Josh said, she was arrested in October of 2004 on misdemeanor charges of aggravated harassment.
Yep.
She made a phone call to a woman that she was in prison with, saying, "If you leave your house, I'm going to kill you."
She didn't learn anything from imprisonment, did she?
No.
Or could be back in prison again. Who knows?
Yeah, I mean, who knows where she is right now? She's probably in prison for some stupid something.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure she's somebody that's going to be violating her probation constantly. So she's going to be sit back probably all the time. Yeah, I don't know.
Ow.
Oh.
No, if you only got 10 years in prison,
yeah, you're not going to get
that long.
Yeah.
But I don't think they've heard anything from her since 2009.
Well, maybe she finally.
Well, maybe she got her fill of killing somebody and she didn't want to do it again. Who knows?
Yeah, who knows?
Maybe she got tired of being in prison and said, "I don't want to do this anymore, so let's just not end up in prison."
But yeah, this was the most gruesome one of the episodes.
I just thought it was. Well, even the medical examiner lady, when she was talking about how this case like disturbed her because the age of the kids and what they did to the victim. It's like, I mean, well, yeah, she wanted that, so she thought he would not float. Mm-hmm.
Well, after you stab a person 40 times, I mean, who cares?
That was probably like where she was dumb though.
But think about the mindset she had, that her thought was how to cover it up. Even then, she's thinking of the ways.
Yeah, how do I get away with it?
I mean, and the fact that it got to that, it's like, well, obviously that's probably what happened because that's what occurred. You know, like, why did they disembowel the body? Well, they gave a reason, but it was him that did everything. It's like, okay.
Yeah, so she just stood there?
Yeah, well,
She just stands
was she
there.
just there?
She just stands there.
Really,
and watches.
honestly? Yeah, exactly. She was the one. Yeah.
But
I mean, even if she did just stand there the whole time, what kind of human just stands there and watches somebody do that to a body?
Yeah.
Without like throwing up or like I don't know, like yeah. Right. I mean, that could be, but I still don't think she didn't do anything. So, I mean, I think she was part of it.
Yeah, I think she was the one behind it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think so too. I think she wanted to experience something different. She wanted to kill somebody, and he was the one she chose, and they went through with it. You know, I don't know if she had any regrets after. It doesn't sound like it. But
yeah, I doubt that.
Yeah.
No, when she was playing off the facade, she had nothing to do with it afterwards. She said, I tried to save him. No, she didn't. She's the one that set everything up.
The more years that go on, too, the more the years that have passed, the person becomes numb to it or cold to it. And so then they're talking again and stuff. So, who knows?
Yeah, so I don't know if I
don't think
have
she's
anything
going to
else.
change.
No. I doubt it.
Which is sad. You think she would learn from her experiences. Yeah.
Right. Most people don't.
But I agree with you. But I agree with Jeremy. This was one of the most brutal ones because either stabbing or I mean, any way to kill a person is brutal, but stabbing is one of the worst because it's just over and over and over again like that. It's like passionate. It's like passionate about getting it done. You know, it's so sad.
I know. It's like it makes me think about the like Sharon Tate, where they were saying
and she was pregnant.
that she basically the Susan or whoever was stabbing her, like that kept stabbing her. They said at some point she said to her like, "I'm already dead." Like she was like basically telling her like, "You don't have to stab me anymore. Like I'm gonna die." Like
yeah.
Because you've already stabbed me like whatever amount of times. So, but
yeah,
I mean, you start nicking the organs and stuff. I mean, you're gonna bleed out real fast. So, but all right. Well, anyway, do we have anything else to add or discuss? Or
I don't.
Nope.
I can see why the detectives and the coroner lady said this one was very disturbing and something
I can only talk so much about people that don't deserve to be talked about.
True.
I know that's the only bad thing is because you're giving them an extra.
It's like, you give them notoriety sometimes by talking about them, but.
Oh, then I have to tell you, if you ever saw I don't know if it was 2020 or Dateline did a thing about Uvalde. Like it was like, the year after they did like a special on Uvalde, the shooting in Texas. And and I will mention, because like what Josh said, they purposely, and in that whole documentary, they never once mentioned the name of the shooter at all. And they purposely didn't, because they're like, we're not going to give them any more, fame, whatever. Yeah, because then their names become known. Yep.
So with that, what's the next one we're going to be?
So the next one we're going to keep going with our Homicide New York, and we're going to do the the third installment, which is Vanished on Wall Street. So I think that one's kind of an interesting one.
Yeah,
that was the cleaner, right?
Yes, the cleaning
that was the lady that was one of the janitorial staff, and she disappeared in the building.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
So
with that, I guess all of us here at Morbid Instinct and the Heart of Geek, thank you for listening.
Yeah, and if you guys haven't, or if you guys are enjoying the podcast, don't forget to subscribe to them on your favorite podcast platform.
We hope you guys are enjoying seeing our faces, voices with faces. It's kind of a new for us.
Yeah, and this is the first ones we've done with Morbid Instinct, though. Yeah. So this is the second one that we've posted on YouTube that actually has our faces on it. So with everybody on YouTube, if you guys are enjoying these and any of our other content, you haven't liked and subscribed to our channel yet, we would love to have you guys. And hit that bell so you get notified when the new episodes come out, whether or not it's our podcast or any of our other videos, like our music reactions and things like that. Okay.
Well, with that, we will sign off, and we'll see you guys in the next installment. Peace.
See ya.